Greetings, and welcome back to the MCOC Encyclopedia. Today, as promised, we'll be going through the path from 8.1.6 that I recommended in my previous video with the team I recommended using. This will allow you to get a little more insight into why I chose this team and how I play around the nodes. This will be much more relaxed, but I still suggest you go and watch that video first if you haven't already, as it contains most of the key information around this quest. And with that, let's jump in. So, here we are in 8.1.6, and we will be taking the Punisher path. The team today is 7-star rank 1 Emma Frost, and everyone else is 6-star rank 4, so not the biggest team today. This Punisher path is actually pretty simple, and you'll see most of the fights go down in under a minute. Given that we can gain a Fury every time Emma is immune to a bleed here, we just dash back a whole bunch of times, and we're at 10 Furies. The bleeds themselves tick for 45, and we launch one special 2, we get 2 crits, and he's down at 60% health, and we can use that concussion that we got off it as well to turn off his immortality, and that fight goes down in just 25 seconds. Most of the fights are gonna look something like that. We're not going to use Emma Frost for any more of the fights, I think, because she is quite powerful, and we're going to be going up against this Spider-Man 2099 with Cyclops. Don't underestimate Spider-Man 2099, he is surprisingly annoying. Cyclops is awakened, so we are storing a lot of that bleed damage as adrenaline, meaning that we're not only willpower healing from it, we're adrenaline healing from it as well, and, I mean, we're basically taking no damage. We're still effectively at a full yellow bar, if we're not, we're only one blip away. And as I'm sure you've all seen with Cyclops before, once we get to that special 3 and start dropping specials, I'll let the numbers speak for themselves. 64k crits, 96k crit, and 140k crit. You can really see how Spider-Man 2099's resistances really make him much tankier. We were doing sort of only 10% damage when we weren't critting, but by the by. Up next we have Mole Man, and we have Storm, and anywhere where you can put bleeds that basically do no damage, or shocks of any kind on Storm, she's going to go a little bit mental, because we can stack up so many more of those prowess. Combine that with, she's a prowess champion, so giving her access to more Furies as well, and this Mole Man is not long for this world. Just spamming dashbacks to try and get as many prowess as possible. The bleeds are finally doing so. Oh, we got rid of them all. 268k, and then a 223k non-crit on the end. That would have been over 500,000 from a 6-star rank 4 Storm. Imagine what the 7-star rank 4 could do. You don't have to. We've looked at it already on the channel. Up next, we have America Chavez, and we'll be using Cyclops again. We want to try and ramp him up because he will be my main boss killer, because, as I said a lot in the main video, I had Cyclops on the mind. Or was it in the 815 video? Might have been the 815 video. I had Cyclops on the mind, so I wanted to use him. This fight doesn't exactly start according to plan. We end up taking a special 1, and Chavez has done what Chavez loves to do and just throw a heavy out of nowhere, meaning we've now got to deal with power gain, and because of Cyclops' stupid no run-in mechanic, we are kind of stuck in the corner. But I think this is more of a Rorschach case of, I'm not stuck in here with you, you're stuck in here with me, because Cyclops is starting to gain charges, and when Awakened Cyclops starts to gain charges, that's when your opponent should start to worry. We're just building up our precisions here. I decide that 17 is enough. We drop the special 2, and only 74k on the end of that, and then 120k, and we still had 2 more special 1s in the bank. That Cyclops could have had, I'm going to say, another 500,000 health, and it wouldn't have made any difference at all. Now, I could have used Cyclops for the entire path, ramp him up even further, more damage for the boss, but as you'll see, more damage for the boss would have been nice, but hey, that's boring. So let's use Toad instead. We're going to be focusing a lot on his paralytic poisons, building up our prowess, and just generally doing a lot of damage. Whenever Jabari Panther gains her cleanse charges, we can use those to apply poisons to her. She'll cleanse them off, and actually that means she ends up doing more damage to herself, because Toad's passive poisons do far more damage than his debuffs, particularly against skill champions. But one special 1, one special 2, and annoyingly we eat a combo, but this fight's basically done already. Did we even throw a special 1? I don't think we did. There we go. 1 special 2 into 1 special 1 and some poisons. And Toad ends the fight just fine. If the path was much longer, Toad has pretty decent regeneration, so we could heal him up. But instead, we've got White Magneto up next. And I think we'll be using Cyclops again. Or do we use Emma? No, we use Cyclops again. Cyclops is going to do Cyclops things, but now he's gaining charges. You will see this fight is even more ridiculous than the previous ones, if Magneto would just play into my intercept, which he eventually does. So as you can see, I'm purposefully gaining extra bleeds when I can and going for extended combos, because removing them means we can get our Furies faster. Every third hit or every intercept gives us our precisions. Gaining a precision refreshes them all, and our true focus buff as well. So we're just building a few here. True focus, or is it true sense? Can't remember. True whatever on Cyclops is actually very, very powerful here, because it's the one evade countering true buff that Scytalis, the boss, doesn't interact with. So that means we can actually use this to bypass her evade. But you'll see just one special 2 and some decent crit RNG, and that was Magneto down. We had 3 special 1s in the bank. Didn't need them. Right, up next, the first corrupted boss, corrupted Black Widow, Scytalis. As always, you have the champion swapper node, used if you need it, but this team is about as healthy as you can get, and the crossover between path and boss is phenomenal, so we will not be using it here. We can use any of these champions, but I've had Cyclops on the mind, so let's use him. In this fight, again, go watch the main video, that's really important, where I go over all of her abilities, but it is really important to know what phase you're in and what special you're baiting. The special to bait is displayed under Scytalis' health bar. You can see that's what the 1 is. So here, we're trying to use a heavy to knock her into the trap. Didn't quite reach on that one. Let's try again. Heavy to knock her in. There we go. She's in the trap. So now we can do our big damage and go absolutely ham. She's stunned for 7 seconds, though her armor goes away for 15, meaning even once she's no longer stunned, you can get in your big damage. And you can see here, Cyclops is just absolutely laying into her, and we've gone through that first phase in 1 special 2, 1 special 1 cycle. After each phase, Scytalis will have a relatively short period of being very, very defensive. Use that to your advantage to gain space if you need to. Phase 2, bait the special 2, as we can see underneath her health bar, and now we just need to wait for the trap to arm itself. So I'm timing my heavy there to push her straight into the trap, and we're going to go for our special 2 here. I'm building all the way up. I probably should have gone for 3 bars of power in this phase, but Cyclops is limited to 1 special 3 per fight. But anyway, there we go, 283k crits, and I think we've now pushed the next phase. Have we pushed the next phase? Not quite pushed the next phase here. I ended up hitting Black Widow too hard, so the phase timer ran out too fast, meaning we've actually now got to go round again. Cyclops is too powerful for this fight, evidently. Now, Cyclops is quite annoying that you often get stuck in the corner, but this is just simply where you need to learn how to corner parry. Corner parried once, and we're straight in, and yeah, this phase is over straight away. And what I'm going to do is, even though it's not going to do much damage, am I going to dump power? I should have just dumped power here, because otherwise I'm going to have too much power going into the next phase. We're now in phase 3, and we're back to special 1. There we go, dump power, just so we've got plenty to work with. Maybe I shouldn't have dumped power there, but I did. So here, going to bait the special 1, got the sabotage on us, going to parry the sabotage, because if we dex it, she can fail your dex and take damage. We don't do that. So now we're just killing time, parrying, nice long, slow, heavy. We're going to use a special 1 to knock her into the trap, and that was really dumb. Should not have done that, but it works. I kind of need the footage for the main video as well. But there we go, throw our special 1 for some big numbers, throw another special 1, some huge numbers there. But unfortunately, don't quite push her into the final phase, but we bait another special 1, and just re-parry and wait. There's no rush in this fight. Parry again, corner parry again. Now we can use our heavy attack, knock her into the trap, and 1 special 1, she's straight into that final phase. So here she's being particularly defensive, she's in her wounded phase, so we're just going to wait for that to go through. Now we've got plenty of space, so the goal now is push it to special 2. So we're doing 4 combos, hold block. Parry when we can, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold block. Bait the heavy, 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we're actually more than happy for her to throw her special 2. In the final phase, once that she triggers the trap herself, she doesn't remove her corrupted armor, and we have to do that ourselves, which is a little bit annoying, but Cyclops generates plenty of prowess, so that's not an issue. Knock her into the trap. Maybe I should have gone for special 3 here, but you can see her corrupt armor is coming down now. Now she's down to base. Why I was losing so much power after each special, I'm not sure. And then I get a dropped input. Every single hit bar 1 crits. She is on 1%. But we lose our Cyclops. She's got 35,000 health, and honestly at this point, I wasn't going to redo the entire path, so we're going to finish up here with Emma Frost. This is, however, a good opportunity, let's pretend the previous was on purpose, a good opportunity to throw they show a few things. You can see Emma has come into this fight with lots of prowess because we carry earned prowess forwards. So we're going to bait the special 2. There we go. She's going to drop that prowess, the trap down, sorry. We've still got the 7 prowess from Cyclops. Hits her a few times. Just really slow playing it. Knock her backwards through a trap. We were a little bit early on that one. We missed that heavy there. And now she decides to throw a special 1, which means she resets the trap. Or we've got to push her back towards the trap. For some reason, my parries aren't landing. Oh, parries aren't landing because of the debuff she's placed on us. Just want to push her to the trap. She has 1% health left. But now the trap's gone, so we're going to have to bait another special 2. She evades me there. So come on, Scytalis. We're so nearly there. Got to wait for the trap to reset. It's 7.5 seconds now. Just waiting. Waiting. Couple of hits. Waiting. Right, trap is armed. We've got to make sure we don't run into it. Throw a heavy. And then one final special 3. And this should have more than enough damage to end out this fight. It doesn't because we need to remove her protection. But finally, Emma gets the job done. Finally. Why couldn't we have just finished it with Cyclops? Make sure you move to that end node, don't quit out, and feel silly. So, there you have it. Everything you need to know to complete all of 8.1.6, and hence, all of 8.1. I can't guarantee when the rest of these guides are going to continue to come out. I might make a video on exactly why making guides isn't easy or isn't great, but we'll see. I haven't decided on that one yet. I promised everyone a revive farming video, so I will certainly be making that in the coming weeks. Then we'll see. I don't know. Perhaps I'm feeling a little burnt out, but we will see what happens in the coming days and weeks. If you have any questions, please let me know down in the comments, and consider joining the Discord server linked in the description. A great place to get specific advice, make suggestions for future video topics, and while I'm awake, I do my best to be there as much as possible. Thank you, and I will see you next time.